All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, call line loud. I ain't know we hold Bashim Al Shine Bashim Al Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles of great Muslim who will teach one. All right, Shalom to the elect. All right, I'm going to talk about persecution. All right, well, forms of persecution, okay? Ridicule and accusation, all right? So I was sitting there thinking about a lesson, doing a lesson, and the Lord put the Spirit on me to look up persecution of the prophets, and what came up was, of course, precepts and ways that the prophets were persecuted, okay? All right, so we're going to get a few of these scriptures that we see up in here and get some definitions. And Lord, will you understand that this may happen unto you as an individual that believes on the names of Yahweh Shema Shai, okay? That teaches the names of Yahweh Shema Shai, and that lives contrary to the world, okay? All right, so let's jump right here into Matthew chapter 5 and verse 10. It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." All right, so for righteousness' sake, all right, first of all, righteousness is faith, okay? And what do you have faith in? How about Shema Shai? Not God and Jesus Christ, okay? Because those images that were put up in regards to the Lord being behind those titles, God and Jesus Christ, they are white people, okay? All right, or forms of so-called white people, okay? When the scriptures tell you to have faith in the Lord, as the scriptures say, all right, it says the Lord said that believe in me, as the scripture has said, okay? Let's paraphrase it. So what does the scripture say about the Lord? The scriptures say that the Lord is a so-called Negro and so is his son, okay? All right. But nonetheless, believing in that is righteous, okay? And believing in that will cause you to be persecuted because it's contrary to the world, okay? All right, let's look at this word persecuted right quick. All right, and it's dioko, all right? It says to make, run, or flee, put, flight, drive away, okay? To press on, let's see, to persecute, be mistreated, suffer persecution on the account of something. All right, and we're going to suffer persecution on the account of this truth that we teach, okay? All right, in whatever way to harass, trouble, molest one, okay? All right, it says to pursue in a hostile manner. All right, so we're gonna suffer persecution. All right, let's look up the word persecution over here too. All right, hostility and ill treatment, okay? All right, persistent annoyance or harassment. All right, let's look at this. It says punishment or harsh or harassment, usually of a severe nature on the basis of race, religion, or political opinion in one's country of origin. So we are born here, okay, as of in this life, this is our country of origin, and we're speaking against America. That's treason, okay? Look at the word treason right quick. All right, the treason, the crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or overthrow the government. All right, well, we're not killing anybody, and we're not going to overthrow the government without the war. How about Shema Shai being in front of us to fight? Okay, to start that war. All we're doing, okay, is speaking the words that's part of prophecy that's going to allow the Lord to come and bring down America or to overthrow the American government. But they're going to say you are treason anyway, or you practice treason, or you're disloyal or faithless toward this country, and that's okay. All right, that's part of persecution. All right. So don't worry about it. All right. All right, so let's see here. It says they were persecuted through ridicule. Okay, let's look at this word ridicule. It says ridicule, the subjection of someone or something to be contemptuous and dismissive language or behavior. Okay, now let's get some examples. All right, and the Lord made it easy for me today. All right, He gave me examples through the scriptures. Right, in the same paragraph where it shows you how they were persecuted. This is going to happen unto you. All right. Don't be shocked or ashamed, all right, of the Lord when this happens. Okay. So let's start off with Jeremiah chapter 20. Okay. We're going to read it in the KJV and in the NLT. Okay. It says Jeremiah's complaint. It says, "Oh, Yahweh, thou hast deceived me, and I was deceived. Thou art stronger than I, and hast prevailed." All right. Jeremiah feels deceived by the Lord because he was made a laughing stock or mockery. Okay. The Lord is stronger than us because he puts the spirit in us, or he has put the spirit in us from the foundation of the earth to go out there and preach the word. And preaching his word, all right, which is righteous because it's condemning the world, is making people known as far as their actions and who they are. Okay. And when I say making people know, it's making people know who the so-called white man is, all right, and his actions. What is his actions? Wickedness, okay? And you have people that come against that because they have conformed their self so to this world. So in this time, we're going to be made a mockery, but the Lord has put the spirit on us to do these things, just as the Lord had put the spirit on Jeremiah to preach, okay? Because if you go earlier in the chapter, I think Jeremiah 4, or it might be Jeremiah 5. Yeah, it's Jeremiah 1 right here. It says, "Then the word came unto me, saying, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations." And that's what happened. That's what happened to us. That's how the Lord formed it that way. And that's how the Lord showed himself to be stronger than Jeremiah. Okay. All right. But let's keep going. It says, for since I spake, I cried out, I cried violence and spoil. And that's what's going to come to America. And that's what we're saying. We're saying it to the land of America. We're saying it to the government of America. We're saying it to the people of America. Okay. We're saying it to the corporations of America. We're saying it to these other nations as well, because they're going to have their lot. All right. And the destruction when the Lord comes. Okay. All right. It says, because of the word of Yahweh was made a reproach unto me and a derision daily. All right. And that's what happened. All right. For righteousness' sake, Jeremiah was persecuted. All right. And don't think that you're going to escape that. Okay. Because you're not. All right. Let's go into Jeremiah 27 in NLT. It says, "Oh, Yahweh Shai, you have misled me, and I allow myself to be misled. You are stronger than I, and you overpower me. Now I am mocked every day. Everyone laughs at me." All right. That's ridicule. Okay. This is what we're gonna suffer. Okay. It says, "When I speak, the words burst out." All right, because the Lord formed it in the belly from the time before he had knew before. All right, he came out the womb. The Lord sanctified him to be a prophet, and the Lord ordains us to speak the things that we speak. All right, it says violence and destruction, and that's what we say when we are preaching in America or wherever the brothers preaching throughout the four corners of the globe are. All right, it says, "I shout these messages from Yahweh, from the Lord Yahweh, have made me." So the Salakia, I shout. So let me read over Salakia. "When I speak, the words burst out, violence and destruction. I shout," and that's what we do on the highways and byways. We shout out violence and destruction because that's what's coming, and we're not instituting it. We're not starting it. All we are doing is speaking it, and the Lord is going to start it. Yahweh Shai is going to start it. Okay. It says here, "I shout." So these messages from the Lord have made me a household joke. All right. People mock and scoff. All right. 2 Peter 3, it tells you, hey, people they say, hey, where's the coming of the Lord? All right. It's been like the times of old. Okay. And then you can read in Ezekiel, I think it's like maybe the 12th chapter. Let me grab it. Double check. Yeah, this is Ezekiel 12. It's Ezekiel 12 and 21. And again, a message came to me from the Lord, son of man. You have heard that proverb they quote in Israel. I'm reading in NLT. Times pass and prophecies come to nothing. That's what they say. That's mocking, okay? Tell the people, this is what the sovereign Lord Yahweh says. I will put an end to this proverb, and you will soon stop quoting it. Now give them this new proverb to replace the old one. The time has come for every prophecy to be fulfilled. And that's what's going to happen. All right. People are going to mock you, but the Lord is going to bring these prophecies to pass. Okay. Even a prophecy of persecution. Okay. Let me go back to show you more ridicule. That was an example of ridicule right there. Okay. All right. Second Kings. Let me go back to the KJV. Second Kings 2:23. This is another form of ridicule. Okay. This is 2 Kings 2:23. And he went up. Let me start at 22. So the waters were healed up unto this day, Salakia, according to the saying of Elisha, which he spake. All right. This man was able to do great things. All right. Through the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai. It says, and he went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was out by the way, there came forth the little children out of the city and mocked him, and said unto him, go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. All right. Mocking is a ridicule. All right. It's a form of being ridiculed. All right. They're not really, when they mock, all right, they're not really mocking us. They mocking the Lord. Okay. It says to mock, to scoff. All right. To make fun of. All right. Ridicule. See? All right. Making fun of. All right. They're making fun of us. They're not believing. All right. The scriptures say all the unbelievers shall die in their unbelief. Okay. And this is what happened to those scoffers, all right, those mockers. And this is what's going to happen. There's going to be forms of judgment in this same sense, all right, for people that mock the men of the Lord, okay? Verse 24, it says, and he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And we will be able to curse people in the name of the Lord in the time of Jacob's trouble and in the time of deliverance, okay? And things are going to happen just like that for mocking the Lord, okay? It says, and there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tear 42 children of them. All right. So the Lord sent some bears out there to tear them kids up, man. All right. Children mock and scoff men of the Lord, and they get judged. Okay. Old women, old men, young men, young women. Okay. Mock and scoff the men of the Lord, and the Lord's going to judge them. Okay. Don't be afraid. Okay. At the words of people. Okay. Because the scripture said the Lord's going to put in your mouth what it is that you need to say. Lord, will I remember to grab that? Okay. Now, still more stuff on ridicule. Let's get John 15. And let's start at 18. Okay. Let's put the red letter on because it's the Lord Yahweh Shai. It says, if the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. And that's true. All right. Because look what they did to the Lord. All right. It says here, if you were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. And hate is going to come, it's going to be shown behind persecution. Okay. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. And we are servants of the Lord. Okay. Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will also keep yours. Okay. But all these things they will do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. Because they don't know the Lord Yahweh, starting off with his name. All right. These people are going to persecute us. These people are going to kill us, ridicule, mock us. All right. Bring accusations against us, all kind of stuff. Okay. Throw us in jail. We're going to be without food. We're going to be without water. We'll be without shelter. There's going to be a lot of things that we go through, but remember that the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to be with us. All right, you can't falter. You got to have that faith. Okay. And it says here, oh, let's get this in Luke All right, because remember, the Lord was persecuted. He was mocked. Okay, it's going to happen unto us. Luke 22. This is part of the ridicule. The ridicule. All right. This is Luke chapter 22, and I'm going to start at 63. All right, it says, and the men that held Yahushua mocked him and smote him. All right, we're going to get hit. We're going to get hands put on us. All right, remember these things, okay? It says, and when they had blindfolded him, they struck him on the face and said, and asked him, saying, prophesy, who is it that smote thee? All right, and many other things, blasphemy spake they against him. And that's what's going to happen to you. There's also a form of accusation, okay? All right, remember, this is what's coming. This is coming down the pipeline, all right? For all the things that we are glad about that's coming to pass as far as World War III, the de-dollarization of the American dollar, people in the uproar, okay, the weather anomalies that's happening, okay, the division of the people in America, all right. Persecution is part of prophecy, okay. All right, let's go back and see. All right, let's go here to accusation. All right, they were persecuted through accusation and having their messages reported back to authorities. All right, well, does not the federal government record everything that you do? All right, Big Brother's watching. He's watching through the camera lens. He's watching through your phones. He's watching through your television. Okay, he's listening through all these devices as well. And you're going to have relatives to save their behind. Okay, or family members to save their behind. Okay, turn you in. Okay, you're going to have people that don't even know you. All they do is know that you preach the word and you believe in something, and they're going to say you're a terrorist. They're going to say this about you. They're going to say all types of manner of evil against you. Okay. All right. I know that's a precept. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, this is Matthew chapter 5, verse 11. It says, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. That's accusations, okay? All right, and I just listed some of the accusations that they may say, and that's okay. All right, that's okay. All right, let's look up the word accusation. All right. It says a charge or claim that someone has done something illegal or wrong. All right. And people are going to say this in this time frame because people are very emotional. Okay. Very emotional. And people's feelings are going to be hurt and they're going to make up some type of lie. Okay. Just because their feelings got hurt and they don't know how to take rebuke or correction, or they don't like what's being said. Okay. They're gonna accuse us of things, okay? All right, and that's okay. All right, we just read how the Lord was accused of things, okay? All right, and I'm gonna read it again in verse 65. And many other things blasphemy they spake against him. Blasphemous they spake against him. All right, and it's okay. They did it to the Lord. The Lord's gonna allow it to happen unto us because it's gonna be a trying time for us. All right. Get this, and why how about you not stop putting these precepts in my mind? Okay. This is Matthew 7 and 12 right here. It says 13, Salakia. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. That means it's an easy path to go into the path of destruction. And many there be which go in thereat, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. And entering into life is going to be a hard thing, but entering into life comes through persecution. Okay, let's read this in the NLT. It says, you can enter God's kingdom only through the narrow gate. The highway to hell is broad and its gate is wide for the many who choose that way. But the gateway to life is very narrow and the road is difficult. and only few ever find it. All right. Well, Lord, will I be able to find it? All right. And stay on the path, no matter the difficulty that I may go through. Lord, will the same for you and all those brothers out there, all right, and their families. Okay. But persecution is part of that bumpy or difficult road. Okay. Let's go. Let's get some more accusations. Jeremiah 18. This is Jeremiah 18, and I'm gonna read it in the KJV first. This is Jeremiah 18 and 19. Okay, it says, this I'm starting 17. I will scatter them as with an east wind before the enemy. I will shew them the back and not the face in the day of their calamity. Then said they, come, let us devise devices against Jeremiah, for the law shall not perish from the priest, nor cancel from the wise men, nor the word from the prophet. Come, and let us smite him with the tongue, and let us give not heed to any of his words. And there you go. That's accusations. Okay. Let's look at this word devise. Okay. Devise devices. All right. It says thought, device, plan, purpose. And their purpose or their plan is for us in this time, is to cause us harm. Okay. All right. But in any form. Okay. Because, I think it was the word persecution I looked up. It says ill treatment, all right, or hostility, all right. And the word treason, I believe, when I looked it up, it says it has said, punishment by severe punishment in some sense or form that the word was defined as. I can't remember, but so their devices or their purpose was to bring forth persecution, all right, to accuse, to slander, okay. Salakia. All right, it says, give heed to me, O Yahweh Shema Shai, and hearken to the voice of them that contend with me. All right. All right, now let's look at this in the NLT. It says here, Jeremiah 18 and 20. No, 18 and 18. Salakia. You start at 17. And I will scatter my people before their enemies as the east wind scatters dust. And in all their trouble, I will turn my back on them and refuse to notice their distress. And that's what the Lord has done. But through Yahweh's sacrifice, the Lord has turned his face to us, man. Okay. Right, the Lord is hearing our cries of distress and oppression in America. And then during the time of persecution, the Lord is going to hear our cries. Okay. I think it's Psalms 50 and 14 is one of my favorite precepts. It's 15. It says, then call on me when you are in trouble. I will rescue you and you will give me glory. All right. How are we going to give the Lord glory? By thanking him, by praising him. Okay. But in the times of trouble, call on the Lord. Call on Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. All right. Going back to Jeremiah, let's read this. It's Jeremiah 18 and 19. It says, then said the people, come, let us plot a way to stop Jeremiah. We have plenty of priests and wise men and prophets. We don't need him to teach the word because that's what he's doing. We're doing the same thing. All right. When people come up against the camps and say all these false things about, Great Millstone and those people that follow under Great Millstone, okay, such as Vocab Malone, all right, they're plotting ways, okay, to stop the word of Yahweh Shema Shai from coming out. It says we don't need him to teach the word and give us advice and prophecies. Let us spread rumors about him and ignore what he says. Accusation is spreading of rumors, okay. All right, it says, Yahweh Shema Shai, hear me and help me. Listen to what my enemies are saying. And the Lord hears what the enemies are saying, man. but whine and cry to the Lord. Make those prayers and supplications because people are plotting against you and you don't even know it. Okay. Like I had mentioned earlier, Big Brother is listening. Esau is listening through all these technological devices that he has invented, the watches, the smart watches, computers. He's watching through the lenses of the computer, through the lenses of your phones. Okay. All right. And if anything they pull up on you, okay, the scriptures say, just roughly paraphrasing, do nothing that the ministry may be blamed. What are they going to see? Brothers going to work, taking care of their responsibilities, paying their bills, struggling, taking care of their families, all right, trying to improve their bodies, okay, and their minds by working out, reading, studying. They're not going to see anything where brothers are doing any acts of terror, okay, all right, but they're going to call us terrorists. They're going to spread rumors about us, okay, but don't let that cause you to falter, okay. Let's go to Jeremiah 20, and I'm gonna read that in NLT and close out, all right. And Lord, will you be edified? This is Jeremiah 20 and 10. All right. I read 9. I read 8 earlier. I'm going to read 9 through 11. All right. So it says here, but if I say I will never mention the Lord or speak his name, his word burns in me like a fire. And it's like it doesn't say and. It says it's like a fire in my bones. I am worn out trying to hold it in. I can't do it. That's why the Lord has overpowered Jeremiah, as he was saying earlier. All right, and the Lord has put his spirit on us to teach, no matter what it is that we're going through. We may have times where we don't do as many videos as we did in the past, so we're not doing our best. The Lord gives us up and down times, but we know that we're supposed to teach, and we're going to do our best to teach the words of the Lord. All right. Verse 10, it says, I have heard the many rumors about me. They call me the man who lives in terror. They threaten if you say anything, we will report it. See, it says here, even my old friends are watching me, waiting for a fatal slip. He will trap himself, they say, and then we will get our revenge on him. All right. That's what's going to come. All right. But we got to remember what 11 says right here. It says, but the Lord, Yahweh Shai, stands beside me like a great warrior. Before him, my persecutors will stumble. They cannot defeat me. They will fail and will be thoroughly humiliated. Their dishonor will never be forgotten. All right. So don't worry about the persecution in the time of it. Okay. The Lord Yahweh Shai is going to be with us. Okay. And let me close out on this. All right. Maybe I spelled it wrong. No, it's Luke. It's either Luke 19 or 21. That's why I didn't come up because I was looking at it in the NLT. All right, it's Luke 21. All right, so let's start at 12. It says, but before all these, before the wars and stuff of that nature, right? It said they shall lay their hands on you, okay, and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogue and into prisons, being brought before rulers and kings for my name's sake. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. Settle it therefore in your hearts not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. All right. Bam. There goes the answer to the test right there. 24 and 15. Luke 21, 14 and 15 is the answer to the test. All right, verse 16, it says, and ye shall be betrayed by both by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there shall not an hair of your head perish, and your patience possess ye your souls. Bam, that's the answer to the test right there. Luke 21:14 and 15, and Jeremiah 11. All right. The Lord's going to be with us during times of persecution. All right. So don't be afraid. Lord, we was edified to the next time. Shalom.